What's cracking, figure freaks? Welcome back to the channel. Gingervitis75, your blue collar collector, coming at you with another action figure review. Today we are doing G.I. Joe Classified Series Grim Viper. Now he's 176 in the line. You got all those little asset symbols and the QR code on the side of the box. On the back we have some nice photo fig photography. Looking pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of Jesse the Body Ventura in Predator. He's got that big old minigun, just tearing leaves down and shit. There's explosions in the back. We got some little mini shots. I think that's the side of his gun where he makes little hatch marks on there for every kill he makes. And then we got a side view of his backpack and his helmet. Looks pretty wicked. Got some artwork on the side. We got that barcode, and then the top of the box with the Cobra symbol and the 176. And then the front, we got our figure. Looks like some decent accessories. I like the gear he's got. This is basically a repaint of the Range Viper. This actual character, this Viper, was created for the classified line, but it is a retool, a repaint of the Range Viper, which did have a figure way back in the A Real American Hero series. We'll take a quick look at that, and then we will progress with our review. Let's rip this guy open, guys. All right. Okay, so these are just some pictures of the Range Viper, which this figure, the Grim Viper, is based off of. The Grim Viper was created for the classified line. The Range Viper has been around since the A Real American Hero era times. And here is a quick look at that figure from way back in the day. All right. Out of the box, and we got our Grim Viper. I like this figure. I actually really like the colors, and it's like he could, you know, judging from the gear he's got, he could probably pull off being a Joe. He's got some big old arms. He's got the brown flak jacket and the camouflage green pants, boots. Looks very G.I. Joe-ish. Maybe if he took off that helmet, we could see what was underneath. He could actually pass for a Joe. But I guess that face kind of gives it away. Got the skeleton face. I think it looks awesome. Accessories here. We got this backpack with the little line. It's air tank, and it actually plugs into the back of his head or mask. You got the peg there. On the back side, you got some bullet casings, shells, and what looks like maybe a communication device down here. I don't know, kind of looks like a phone or something down here, or a speak and spell. Not really sure, but this is kind of a dead giveaway. We got the antenna, nice and flexy. So pretty nice sculpt. Don't really know what's going on down here. But pretty nice sculpt overall with this. I like it. We got a pair of knives. Now, a little bit inconsistent here. One with the black handle and the gunmetal silver blade, and then the other just monochromatic, all black. So I don't know if I really want to go through the trouble of hitting it with the good old silver gunmetal paint pen, chrome it out maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's probably going to just stay in a sheath. If I am going to bust out a knife, it's going to be this one because it's big and it's badass. So kind of an interesting contrast with the two. Then we got the pistol here with the extended clip. It is stationary, stuck in there, glued in, molded in, whatever. But pretty nice looking gun. Kind of has the extension there, silencer on the barrel. And we got the little aiming sight device up top. We do have the hole, so you can throw in some blast effects there. Not a bad looking gun. And then we got the big old mini gun, which is pretty wicked looking. And this does spin, but that's about all it does. Got some little decoration up here. Looks like, I'm not really sure, kind of like some water or something, I don't know. And then, yeah, you got these little hatch marks. So I'm assuming he killed 18 people with this gun. As long as there's not any other hatch marks. But yeah, this looks pretty nice. And then getting a closer look at the figure. There's that head sculpt. Very scully. Got these glowing, like almost like fiery eyes. Looks pretty awesome. Now this is exactly what we got with the Range Viper. We got kind of the brain matter looking shit up on the top of this helmet. With the kind of hockey style mask or whatever, this little thing that goes over the top. Hit that little black blotch there with a paint pen, but looks pretty good. It looks kind of scary. We do have, let's see here. Yep, we do have that neck joint coming out of the top of the torso, as well as a ball joint at the top of the neck. Round and round on the head. Pretty good range, I guess. Looks down about like that. Looks up like that. Not much there, but looks down okay. Shoulders go up. Gotta be careful. Chalk up on that shoulder. Don't pull it up here, guys, or else that bicep is gonna pop off. Somebody was complaining about that. I think it was with the Maximum Deadpool, and I kind of noticed that too. So be careful, kids. Round and round. We got that bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows, pivot on the wrist, which is down here, and we kind of got a twist, but he kind of brings that guard, that wrist guard along with him when you twist it. Doesn't really look like we have a, oh yeah, we do have a stomach crunch back there. Look at that. So, so kind of go back. Down, we do have that pivot and twist at the waist, which helps with that stomach articulation. More range of motion down there. Hips, drop downs on the hips. Wow, okay. The knife sheath fell off. We do have that swivel at the thigh. Double jointed at the knees. Let's see if he can kick his own butt there. Pretty much can. All pinless. I think G.I. Joe is just sticking with the pinless no matter what. I'm happy that they're doing that. Marvel Legends could maybe take a little bit of a lesson from that. All pinless. Come on, guys. Boot cut. And then we got that tilt. and the pivot on the ankle rocker. So I would say this figure looks great. The paint is awesome, except for that little piece of doo-doo right there. But we can take care of that pretty easily. Damn, this little knife holster sheath thing on the leg wants to keep falling down. But yeah, I like this figure a lot. I'm actually kind of curious, and I know it's probably just very monochromatic underneath the flak jacket, and it's probably like a dark, yeah. Oh, and of course, you know, Gingivitis likes to forget those butterfly joints. God damn it. So we got those. But yeah, I think it's just all that color underneath here. So flak jacket will stay on. You can always kind of make one cut right here and remove it, and then you can put it back. I think it'll be okay. Maybe use some crazy glue on it if you really feel that strongly about it. But I do like this figure. I just like the look of it. I like the camouflage. The back of that flak jacket looks solid. All the holsters he's got another knife holster for the smaller dagger on the small of his back. So very nice looking figure. Articulation is pretty standard but good, and I really do like the aesthetic. I like the look. You know, it is basically a retool, a repaint of the Range Viper, but it looks good. And I didn't open my Range Viper, and I probably never will, so I welcome this figure. I got 3 more on the way. Let's get this guy armed up and suited up. Whoops. And we will check him out and then move into comparisons. All right, I just wanted to get this guy back up on the turntable and kind of check him out. He is a great looking figure. I do really dig this guy. I'm not sure if I'm ready to give him an 8 just yet, but it's kind of leaning in that direction, but it's probably going to be a 7.5. So nice rating there. I do like the articulation. I just like the look. You know, I just really like this figure. I don't know if it'll even make my top 10 for Joe's, but right now I'm like totally digging it. Loving the aesthetic, loving the look, the brown, the greens, the skull face. It's awesome. And I kind of like him this way, like kind of sneaking around instead of being a big old heavy machine gunner, but we'll visit that here in a moment. And another shot of him just standing up. I got the Valaverse blast effects. The effects that come with like the Marvel Legends figures, stuff like this, doesn't fit into the Joe guns, which sucks. I wish they were kind of compatible across the whole Hasbro lineage, and I don't know, that'd be nice, but either you got to get those blast effects with your Joes, or the Valaverse should work. They are kind of loose, so this thing does slide in and out quite easily. But and hopefully I don't get made a fool of by this figure right now, but this figure is actually very well balanced. He's holding up this big old minigun one-handed. You know, the arm isn't slipping at all. He's not falling over. So pretty nice. So maybe he's just got some super strength. All right, and here we have him holding the minigun. Again, pretty sturdy. I had to kind of balance him out a little bit more. When he was one-handing the minigun, it seemed like he was way more stable. But still, awesome looking figure. Another thing I kind of judge my G.I. Joe Classifieds on is, can they hold all of their artillery, all of their weaponry? And this guy is a yes, he can. So he's got his 2 knives in their sheaths. He's got the pistol in its holster, the backpack, and the minigun all on his person. So that's a couple points worth right there for me. You know, sometimes a lot of these Joes have a lot more accessories and they can get them all on their body, and I think that's the shit, you know. It's pretty cool that they go for that and add those little extras like sheaths and holsters and all that fun shit. So giving this guy a 7.8 out of 10. Not quite hitting the 8 mark, but not a 7.5 either. I do like this figure, and I kind of have the same vibes that I'm getting that I when I got Monkey Wrench. Just like fell in love with that figure. He's big, he's tough looking, he's brutal, and kind of the same shit going on here with the Grim Viper. Let's move into some comparisons. Alright, and here for comparisons, we got a whole mess of Vipers. Not all the Vipers, of course, but we got a few of them. Starting out with our Grim Viper right here. We got the regular standard Viper. The Alley Viper, which I really do like. I love this shield, by the way. Pretty cool gun. We got the Saw Viper, which I do like. And then the Frag Viper here at the end, which he's kind of has some problems flopping around, falling over. This whole mess of a thing, the little like high-a-lie flinger thing. I don't know, it's just, it's meh, basically. So, but I do like them all. I think out of these 5, I would have to either say the Grim Viper or the Saw Viper are my 2 favorites. I think Grim Viper is going to be leading the charge as for my favorite. Coming in third, I would have to go the classic design, then the Alley Viper, which I actually do really like, but you know, this is kind of a nostalgia thing, and then that Frag Viper is going to be last. I do like the Frag Viper, I just wish that mine could balance better, so I'm actually surprised that he hasn't fallen over and tipped all these motherfuckers over like dominoes. And finally, we have our Major Blood, which I love so much. I love this character, and I do like the newer version with kind of the red accents here in the chest. I do like that very much. I hope we do get a retro carded Major Blood where he actually has a real eye patch instead of whatever's going on here. I don't mind it, but you know, I want old school shit. So hopefully we get that retro with a new head sculpt. Maybe a slightly, I like this helmet. It's just kind of Darth Vader-ish. I want the helmet that he wore in the cartoon. So I think they could probably pull that off. So love this figure. He's probably telling this Grim Viper to retreat. But, and over here we got a couple Joes. We got Mercer. I threw him in the mix because he is an ex-Viper. You know, maybe he was a range Viper, maybe he was a Grim Viper, maybe he's just a Saw Viper, regular Viper, I don't know. But he was a Cobra guy. And then, of course, we got Budo. And Budo is, from what I'm hearing, people are saying maybe Joe of the Year. I do like this figure. I'm just not sure if he's getting figure or Joe of the Year. I might be giving that to someone else myself. Monkey Wrench is up there. I think Leatherneck is up there. So is Footloose. Major Blood is kind of a long shot. But this this guy right here, the Grim Viper, he could make my top 5. He's sliding in there right now as we speak. So 7.8 out of 10. I do like this figure. I'd recommend picking him up. I wish you could get him to hold this minigun a little bit better. There we go. I guess that works. There we go. Yeah, that's better. All right, so there we have it. Like my sound effects there? I know you do. So there we have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review. It was a good one. From my standpoint, I had fun doing it, and I was very excited for this figure. So yeah, please like, comment, subscribe if you feel inspired to do so. Otherwise, go fuck yourselves. And no, I'm just playing. Do what you like, guys, and I appreciate it all. Peace out. We'll see you on the next one. It's gonna be... I just can't go back to Marvel Legends. I gotta take a little break because I was just getting killed. But we have Marvel Legends to come. I think the Man-Wolf is gonna be the next one up for Marvel Legends, but first we might do a couple more Joes, some Transformers, but coming up next is going to be She-Ra. I picked this up last week, so She-Ra is going to be the next one, and we'll see probably tomorrow for that one. Alright guys, peace out once again. We'll see you on the next one. Later.